How to keep your mash warm? Let me show you how. I'm Ray with Moonshine How To. I'm going to show you two different ways. The first way will be with this double bubble insulation wrap. It's available at most Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon, anywhere basically. So it comes in 1 foot, 2 foot, and 3 foot rolls. And they can come 25 foot long to 100 foot long. So yes, it will fit your needs. You can lay it out like this. I put it right here under the rim. And I leave about a 1 inch overlap. I just look at one of these lines, I've cut it right here. So this is one that I've cut out previously and you have used. I wanted to be respectful of your time, so it was pre-cut out. So you leave it about 6 inches longer than the bucket. So you can fold these in and keep it from losing heat out the bottom. In the air conditioning and ductwork section of Home Depot, they have a foil tape. It works best on this, or even where they sell you this insulation, they have tape meant for this. So simply fold it in. I just cut slits up every 2-3 inches so that it can have a relief and just overlap. This was the first method. The insulation helps keep the fermentation process. It holds the heat in. But if you want out on the porch, out in the garage where it may get down lower yet, we're going to show you method 2. Under 70 degrees, but not real cold. Here's the second process. It's method number 2, and it's multi-purpose. This is my preferred method. 2 different size heat mats that I'm going to talk to you about today. First one is a single seed mat. This goes under a seed tray.
And why do you like that one, Ray?
Because it's double insulated. You can put your insulation over it and hold all the heat in, and you can use a controller. It comes with an option of buying a controller. We'll leave the link to this under our recommended products so that you can go get what we have. Well, this big one, they don't recommend covering with insulation if you read all the information on it, but this works great for a 55-gallon drum or wrapping around several buckets or weaving in between glass carboys. I don't recommend wrapping it on itself because it's not meant to be heat on heat. So just wrap it around the outside and any excess leave out hanging. We're not going to show you any more on this big one, but I just wanted to show you there is options for 55-gallon drums, tubs, totes, whatever you need.
Now what do you use the big one for, Raymond?
I use it for the glass carboys and weaving in and out of my bubblers. We use this in the spring because it's dual purpose. I can put 4 seed trays on this one mat under my grow lights and stuff and start all my seeds. So
economically, this is great.
This is great. This is multi-purpose and very great to use.
Now, does that one have a dual control?
Yes, this comes with a dual control as well. You just have to shop which one. The original first one I bought was a mat without a controller. And once I had the controller, I can adjust the heat to 95 to pitch the yeast, or I can set it back down to 75 for the whole fermentation process. We leave our mash on our long porch, and it's whatever the temperature is outside, that's what ours is. We also have our blogging room, and that stays roughly around 60 degrees. You just take the heat mat, and I take a piece of duct tape. Right now we're just sticking this in place to hold it for the insulation to go on. There you have it. You have to read when you look at the information on your heat mat. The big mat says do not wrap. This one's double insulated and can be insulated on top of it.
Do you use the controller?
I just put it out the gap. Some of them come out the corner so that it's easy to plug in. I would tape this all up nice.
So why don't you cut your foil big enough to go around the whole entire thing?
It would work. This would tighten up if I squish it all in. I'm just not doing it on the video.
This is what it is when you take your time and you tape it up and lay it on its back. There you go, perfect.
This can look very nice and neat if you take your time. This has been like this for almost a year now, and it's still holding up. I wipe it down with a wet rag. I bleach soap and water, and it stays right in place.
Pull it around, there you go.
Cord comes out in a nice neat little hole. Dress up the seam. Each mat came with their own controller. This one was for the big mat. This controller was for the little mat. It's a digital display. You can do your set point. On the glass carboys, it has a suction cup that will stick right to it. And I put a piece of duct tape to the jar, and it reads the glass temperature and maintains wonderful.
Is that for the large one?
This one's for the small one. If I was gonna insulate this bucket and use this seed, I would literally take this and then insulate over it. That gives me the temperature of down in the bucket.
So you don't put the prong in the liquid?
I do not put my prong in the liquid. If you had a glass carboy, this would stick to it, a little tape over it, hold it in place. It doesn't have to be directly in contact with the mat. I like it to be with the bucket. So just to sum this up, if you're in a bind, your mash is gonna get cold tonight, go out and grab you some insulation and a little foil tape, insulate your bucket. That will get you by. If you're gonna be doing it on a regular basis or winter's coming and you really need to have multiple buckets and stuff, invest in, this is under $30. You can get this for 15, 20 bucks. This is under $30 for the whole controller and everything. You can get 2 of them for that without a controller, and they will maintain 70, 80 degrees. As we said, it's dual purpose. You can use it in the spring for your seeds. You can use it in the winter for your mash. You can use simple insulation. It works wonders. I have one more purpose that you can use with leftover foil. Same thing. I insulated the thumper. The thumper loses heat on the second distillation. This holds the heat in. You can tape it up, you can just slap it on. But this speeds up the heat up process, and I use it every time I run. So buy a roll of this, you'll enjoy it. The reason we hurried up and did this video now is I've been seeing on Facebook that people have been using fish tank heaters, and 2 or 3 of them have had them fail and ruin hundreds of dollars worth of mash. I personally would not do that. There's several people that do. This is just my personal preference. This never comes in contact with your mash, and it has worked wonders for me for years. So just wanted to share with you, and if you have a better way, share it on our site. We'll try it out and share with our followers.
Please subscribe right now, hit that bell for all notification, leave a comment, and please share on social media. Thank you.